What's up, guys, and welcome to another Friday night of Pints and Pistons. I'm here with Mike.
Hey, guys, and this time we are going back to the 90s. So, guys, we hope you're going to enjoy this episode. You know, me and Chris Brian's recovering from a surgery. He's doing amazing. Yay, Brian. He should actually probably be tuning in here soon. So, yeah, it's going to be a light show, but we do have one surprise for you guys.
I think we do need to talk about that right off the bat. We need to talk about that empty chair in the room.
Yeah. Hold on, guys. We gotta cue something up for you.
Ladies and gentlemen, back after a long hiatus, we've waited for a long time for this. Daniel Barry see you, buddy. Good to see you.
Hell yeah. Glad to be back, boys.
Oh, God. Yes, we got our wonderful Daniel Barry. Our Dingleberry is back.
The only bad part is I still have the COVID mouth, so I can't really taste stuff still, but I'm going to attempt to taste beer tonight. We'll see what happens. The taste has been odd. It's in and out.
Well, better out than in, I say.
I would say that too, my friend. But anyway, hi everyone. I'm so happy I can finally be back. I've been waiting so long to be back. Between me getting COVID, the place I work through went through a buyout for transition of owners, and then a bunch of people at work getting COVID and me being in contact. We're trying to be safe and whatnot, and I'm back! And
You're back.
I love those shades.
Thank you.
No
Thank you. They're my birthday presents. They finally came in.
The only thing is, I keep expecting you to go to just look at the camera and go, snap into a Slim Jim! Oh yeah!
It's okay. Yeah, when I get out of my shirt pocket, you know, because I'm the cream of the crop, and I'm gonna rise to the top.
Oh, by the way, I just want a quick side note. I saw a white on white Bronco the other day.
Oh, God, OJ?
No, it had a sticker on the back that said not OJ.
Oh, yes, and Chris Rivers. Okay, and was it the older guy driving it?
Yeah.
Yep. Okay, so I remember when we were still in high school. It was my junior year, so it was your senior year. When I left school one day, I went up to racetrack to go get gas, and I went inside to go get a fountain drink, and I coming out, and he had pulled up, and I laughed because I saw the Bronco. I'm like, ha, OJ. Then I looked down and saw the sticker that said not OJ. I'm like, ha. He's like, you like that? I'm like, yes, this is awesome.
I was driving. I started coming up behind him, and I just started laughing.
Yeah. Oh, he's had that thing for years too. He's like, I just had to put the sticker on there because I'm not OJ.
I also saw my first new Bronco in the wild too, as well.
The Sport.
Yeah. Not a bad looking car at all. Not a bad looking car.
Can't wait for the other ones to start dropping.
Hell yeah, brother.
They'll be
Then
they'll be in an indeterminate time in the near future.
Yes. Well, hey, the one thing that one of our things, news things, is I read an article today about or today or yesterday, that with the Bronco Sports that they're having overheating issues during off-road stuff.
I saw that article.
Yes. So what it is basically after doing off-roading stuff and that for a certain amount of time, because it's not in a typical gear-driven transfer case. It's all clutches and all that fucking shit. It is now popping up and saying, all of a sudden on the screen, it'll basically go into a limp mode, and it's like four-wheel drive is temporarily deactivated, and it's because it is overheating. So when they reached out to Ford and be like, hey, what's this and all that, they're like, oh, well, if they're doing extreme stuff, it's like, well, that was just
that's what you advertised.
And they're like, no, that's extreme to us. What the truck's ability is what they predict the consumers to.
So what Ford said,
average consumers.
So what Ford said is, we built a four-wheel drive system that overheats if you try to use it, and trying to use the four-wheel drive system is abusing the vehicle.
Yes.
Okay.
Are you surprised by that?
Nope.
Are you surprised by that?
Fuck no.
I'm not fucking surprised by that. That is par for the course with Ford.
Okay.
That's just what they do.
Hey.
If you're surprised by that or angered by that, well, You haven't been paying attention.
Basically, at this point, it's basically Ford looking at you, going, "Hey, at least you don't have Firestones on it." Like, that's basically what they're doing, because we're taking it back to the 90s.
We're not putting Firestones on that, and you don't got no Takata airbags, so you're gonna be safe.
You're gonna be safe.
Whether you can do the safe part efficiently, that's up to a little bit of, just...
And it's, I'm not trashing Ford, by the way. I want to make sure we're clear on that. Because every other manufacturer does the same thing. Nissan, when the GTR came out, they put launch control in the car, and if you use launch control, you blow the transmission up.
Well,
and if you blew the transmission up and they saw that launch control had been turned on, they voided your warranty.
Yeah.
So, it's not a Ford thing, it's a manufacturer thing. Yeah. They all do it.
Or, like Kia. We'll just stop that at that sentence, like Kia.
I'm going to say everything.
Smells like Kia. Burning oil in here.
All over again, everywhere, on brand new cars that just came off the truck.
I've heard.
Have you made your first payment yet? No? Well, you need an engine!
You get an engine, and you get an engine, and you get an engine.
Wait, hold on. And all of you got CVT transmissions? You get a transmission, and you get a transmission, and you get a transmission. Oh, but hold on, guys. I'm sorry. We don't have the parts to make these transmissions, so keep paying us for your car, like giving us money.
Yep.
But you ain't gonna drive it for about 5 to 6 months.
Alrighty then.
Hey, Allie, what's up?
Hi, Allie.
Hey,
hello.
Oh yeah, no, it's.
Yeah, it can be brutal out there right now. It can be pretty brutal. And speaking of Kia, they're teasing an electric performance.
Yeah, I saw a thing about that.
The EV6.
Are we jumping on that bandwagon with Kia now?
Well, Hyundai partnered up with Rimac and VW, and apparently Kia's kind of trying to succubus off the bandwagon too. We're going to make a fully electric car, and it's going to be performance oriented.
I'm on board with it.
I saw Toyota put out a little with a picture of a headlight and that.
Oh, they did one of those things?
Yeah, kind of hinting at a new fully electric, possibly performance sedan.
We'll see how it goes. Everybody's kind of seeming to dip their toes into there right now.
Yeah.
Listen, as far as the whole electric thing, I'm on board. I drove the Mach-E.
Yeah.
I'm on board.
Yeah.
Let's do this.
Yeah, why not?
Fuck it. I mean, full set.
Oh, yeah. But besides having the Mustang emblem on it and that's my only gripe with that thing. It shouldn't have been marked. And I see why they were trying just to pull something off to where, it's trying to double off of that.
They're trying to play off the name.
Yeah. But besides that, I fucking love that thing.
It's cool.
I fucking love that thing. I love the looks of it.
Yeah, I was going to say, to be honest, it actually looks really aesthetically pleasing.
It looks great, and everything that I've read and heard, and from people that are finally driving them and that, everybody loves them.
Same.
Like, they're great.
Well, part of it was the pictures were very deceiving. It looked bigger.
It's actually
and more bloated than I thought it was going to be.
It's smaller than Escape.
The exact smaller
than the Escape.
Yeah.
It's smaller than the Escape. It's not an SUV. It's a shooting brake.
Yep.
They just need to call it a shooting brake, and everyone will be happy, because that's what it looks like.
I feel like manufacturers are afraid to say shooting brake about cars. Like,
what? You're shooting my brakes?
I think we need more. We need more shooting brake cars.
Right.
For sure.
No, not even just shooting brakes. We need more wagons.
Yeah.
Stop putting everything as an SUV or a CUV. Give us back our wagons.
Let us have the wagons and the hatchbacks, please. Just all day, every day, please.
That's what we want.
That's all
we want.
Speaking of that, and I didn't know this car came with this. This is kind of outboarding a bit, but recently, for some reason, we've had a barrage of Honda HRVs traded in. The HRV, I don't know if you've seen them.
Yeah, they're just slightly smaller than the CRVs. They're actually kind of decent.
And they come with a manual if you want it.
Yeah, really.
Yeah. We got one traded in, and I had to call Honda for some parts for it, and the guy was like, wait a minute. Hold on. I know you're not looking this up, but is this car a manual? And I said, yeah. And he said, really? And I was like, yeah. And he said, I didn't think they made him in a manual. And he called me back like 2 hours later because he was just befuddled by it, looked into it. You have to like special order the manual and everything.
Damn.
Yeah. But yeah, and that was cool. A little 60.
See, you know what? I would actually like that because I actually like that little car.
I do too, and like I sat in it and got in everything.
It's actually pretty nice.
It's very roomy. It's nice. The technology is user friendly. And it's a fucking stick shift.
Yeah. It's a fucking Honda. It's gonna run for fucking ever.
And then you got Cadillac like, oh, we're bringing back the manual for have 6-speed in our car in London, but you got to pay us $80,000 for it.
But you know what? Goddamn, I would pay $80,000.
I would too.
For that. Oh, I will pay $80,000 for that because that thing is fucking.
They would start rolling when I got here. Also, Facebook Marketplace, cool one. Saw a Mustang pop up, a New Edge Mustang, like a 03, I think. And the guy's talking about my loss, your game, Mustang GT, $2,000 OBO. And then I'm looking through the pictures and I hit the engine bay. And I'm like, that does not look like a 4.6 by any shape or form. So I message the guy, and it's got a fucking 5.4 out of a Falcon in it. I was like, how'd you even get that?
Hey, it's an 01. It was an 01.
It's an 01? Yeah.
You know why? Because Scotty bought it for his wife. Just saw it today. Scotty was asking me, he needs injectors and that. He was trying to pull the injectors.
And I'm wondering, because the guy was saying something about it missing. I'm like, he must be selling it because he can't find the parts he needs.
Yeah.
But like, what a cool little swap.
It's a 5.4 quad cam.
Yeah, what a cool little swap that is.
Yep.
I also saw a twin turbo V6 New Edge Mustang for sale as well.
Hey, no, what's that?
Yep.
I saw
that was kind of neat too. And by the way, the last bit of New Edge thing. So you know how Ed has the New Edge. Yeah. Ed wants to add fog lights, and I was like, but you should add yellow fog lights.
Yeah, well, if he wanted to add fog lights, I just gave away that bumper.
Really?
I just gave it away.
He's going to cut his out and everything.
Well, yeah, but my bumper had fog lights on it. I was just going to give him the fog lights, but...
I've got him 100% convinced, though. He's doing yellows.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm like, yes, thank you.
Oh, yeah. Oh, you haven't seen my yellows.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, I got yellows now, too.
That's something I need to do with my car.
I want yellows, too.
Yellows
just look so good.
Especially with the blue, dude, with the blue. It's
man, they look so good.
Yeah, and it's one of those because it's not like the actual lens that is tinted yellow, so it's one of those, like, oh, and then you turn on, I'm like, well, bam!
Yeah, exactly. I want to do that.
Hey. God, that's a totally different color. Want a beer?
Yeah!
I have a question.
You want to try them?
Yes.
Okay, I got them set to turbo mode because...
Wait. They have different modes? That bitch has got a shifter on it?
Yeah.
Those are the most elite sunglasses I've ever seen.
They are elite. They are manually adjustable.
They're manually
I
adjustable.
think that's back to the same.
I wasn't going to mess with all your settings. I just wanted to try them on and
I wasn't trying to fuck with
I wanted to see the world through 1993.
There's different things. That's because of the way my head is and all that, trying to get it...
Dude, those look proper. Yes.
Sup, dudes?
Dude, it fits you fucking perfectly.
Do they do these in prescription?
No. But you can get them in so many different colors.
But we need prescription.
Okay, yeah, I know, but
I can't see.
Dan, try it.
I got to.
Because it's one of those, they're polarized, but...
You gotta turn your head around backwards.
If you realize, up top it's a different color, and at the bottom's a different color, and in the middle has a yellow line across
Oh, these are sick!
I want to see what that looked like.
Dude, fucking
sick.
amazing. Fucking amazing. Okay, let me go get a
Dude, these are pretty awesome.
Yeah.
I like these for fishing. Oh my god. Like, not for nothing, but the full eye coverage. I'm over here breaking down sunglasses. Those are awesome. Oh, they got like... Those are nice.
Grabbing the audio. Guys, just hang tight with us. We're having some technological differences.
You got the webcam's like gone. There we go. My bad. I touched a cord and messed everything up. I set down your sunglasses on the USB cable and it got angry. Thank you. you.
Okay, well, Dan,
but it fucked up the resolution.
since you haven't been here in a while,
Oh.
this is a present from Alina from like 4 months ago. That's your own Slitch class. We all got our own. It's just you haven't been here in so fucking long.
I have to text her. Thank you, Alina. I know you're probably not watching, but thank you so much.
Sad. Yeah.
Hey,
So,
I grabbed these because I like Terrapin, and I noticed this is a new one. I haven't had this one
I
yet.
actually almost got that one today.
Oh, really? Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a new one, and I haven't tried it yet.
Did Dan fuck it up a lot?
I don't think I did. What are you doing? Oh, you got it.
I gotta get
You were
the.
fucking with the resolution.
I gotta get the resolution right. Hang tight,
Yeah,
guys.
you good?
Fine.
No worries.
1420 by 1080.
Yeah, no, I saw this one. I almost got it.
I'm gonna be.
But yeah, we're doing a double IPA episode.
Oh, okay.
Did you see the one that I got?
I know Sabrina took my beer, so I have not seen yours. I'm blind.
It is. I just went off of the case, and I fucking loved it. So I
and
had to get it.
Unfortunately, I didn't have enough time to grab it. I
Right.
literally just ran in and
Back
grabbed a
online.
T-shirt. But Paige got us a beer journal for testing beers,
Oh.
so we can actually write the shit down too. I just forgot to bring it.
Oh,
so.
Brian fully updated our
I
beer
saw
list
that.
on the Google Docs.
All right, guys. I got us some Terrapin High and Hazy IPA. I'm gonna see if there's a description.
Yeah, I'll read it. Soft,
Yep.
juicy, hazy, drinkable, bitterless, fruity, mango, delicious, pillowy, luscious, hoppy, chewy, grapefruit, cloudy, dank, fluffy, sticky, froggy, pungent, kiwi, citrus, fresh, pitchy, bright, jam, orange.
That's a lot
fruity,
happening in a can.
Yummy, nectar, cushy, guava, tropical,
What?
smooth, tasty, enjoyable, done.
What is happening in this can?
Okay.
There's a lot of things.
I don't know what's
Have we
happening,
had
but
this
it
one before?
smells
Does it?
Hold on,
amazing.
have we had this one before?
No, this is a brand new one that just came out.
Okay, I was gonna say, just that description kind of reminded me of something that we've
Probably. I'm gonna attempt to sniff it. I might not get any smell, but I'm gonna
It
try.
smells so good.
Yeah, I got nothing.
Like,
to
it
waste.
smells like a bag of fruit-flavored candy.
Does it really?
Like, when I cracked the can,
Yeah.
it was
doesn't-
it smells like
it really-
oranges and
It really doesn't
sweet
have that.
candy.
And you get that guava
That's
hit.
got a beautiful pour
You
too.
get that guava hit in there.
And it is
Like that
extremely
smell.
clear.
Yeah, but you smell that?
Yeah.
Guys.
Oh,
Nice,
that's
very
so good.
bubbly, very very clear. Oh, let me try again. No, I got nothing. Let me see if I can taste it. Thank you, gentlemen.
No
Let's
problem.
dive right in.
Hopefully you like your cup.
I love this cup, and I can't taste this beer at all. Is it good?
It's not bad.
Not
Not
bad.
bad. No.
It's
Huh?
not. It's not overpowering like IPAs usually
No.
are. It's got a nice
Dude, it's
flavor to
juicy.
Is
Like
it?
Very-
when
very
it says
refreshing,
that
very
it's
crisp.
juicy, like it's
I'm gonna try
It's- it's juicy. Like
I'm noticing it's not like quite. It's not as, I guess, carbonated
no.
Yeah.
as I expect it to be,
Uh-uh.
and that's about all I can get, unfortunately. But I'm glad you guys like it.
Oh.
Not bad.
That yeah. For
Really
an
not
IPA,
bad.
that really is not
Good
fucking
deal.
bad.
I did good for once with an IPA. Look at me go.
And yes, I'm gonna wear my.
Hey,
sunglasses.
Will.
Hey, Will.
Hey, Will.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank
I'm
you.
gonna fully wear sunglasses the entire time. So.
Dude, those are sick. I'm just saying.
And with the shirt, like, dude,
You're-
like,
it's all there.
dude. Yesterday we went to Homosassa, and I had like 7 people like, "Oh my god, that shirt's fucking awesome." I'm like, thank you.
Fuck
Get me
yeah.
a picture of beer. Like, yeah. Yes.
Very carbon.
So, another news. I saw a thing about Hyundai bringing another vehicle to their N line. You know how they got the Veloster
Yeah.
and all that? They're gonna be bringing, the Kona.
Yeah.
That little small.
Oh,
it's
they're
not
gonna make
even-
a Kona
Not,
N?
not
I don't-
even
yeah.
like a CUV. It's just like.
it's almost, it's in between
Yeah.
a crossover and a hatchback.
Yeah.
And they're cool looking little cars.
And they're great. Walina's brother, girlfriend has one. She's got a turbo one in that, and it's got the fucking flappies in that. And I put that thing in sport mode, taking traction control off, and whoo, I've got nothing to break loose. Like, and I ended up taking Chris for a ride, and I'm like, Chris, did you know you could do this? And he's like, holy shit, this is
I think
awesome.
they have dual clutches in it
Yeah.
too. Hi, Brian.
Hi,
Brian
Brian.
says
What
your
up,
shirts
Brian?
are awesome.
Yeah, no, but they are doing a Kona N.
I'm excited.
And
for
the
that.
description was for when you want a hot hatch, but you actually have a family,
They said
and you
hot
can't
hatch.
fit, your family in a hot hatch. So a hot hatch is great when you have one kid in a booster
Hell
seat
yeah.
and that, but you know when you got 2 kids in a booster seat, hot hatches starts to get cramped.
I like the advertisement targeting with that.
Yeah.
That's great.
Like fucking.
I'm excited
like,
to see that.
Oh, dude,
And
I
especially-
actually like the look of those. Like,
Well, I
they're
do
not
too.
like the Juke to where it's like too
Oh.
crazy, like with the front.
They
and
look
the
like
back.
neat little cars.
Yeah, they are, and they're actually really fucking comfortable. They
Yeah.
don't feel like a SUV or anything like that. Like you fully feel like a small car in it, and they're
And if
they're
I'm not
heavy,
mistaken-
they handle great.
If I'm not mistaken, they're built off of the Elantra chassis.
Yeah. Yep.
And we have a couple of customers that have them. I've seen them and I've driven a couple of them. Yeah, they're great little cars. And every day I see a Veloster N. The guy goes to work like about the same time I do. I
Yeah.
see him every single
Oh, I
day.
love those Veloster Ns.
Oh,
I
and-
love those a lot.
And every day I see him here.
Yeah, no, those are nice.
Oh,
they
yeah.
really are nice cars.
They are great.
I really like what.
I'm excited to see the
Yeah,
Kona N.
Oh, I can just imagine like the thing, like you drop that thing down half an inch just from even stock ride height.
Oh
it'll
my
just
gosh.
give it won't be low, but it'll just give the body line it'll be perfect.
Oh,
I
and
really think that would be perfect.
speaking of the Hyundai world, the new engine they have, the Theta 3 2.5 turbo.
Really?
Yes. They've teased it for a while through the realm, and all the cars they said they were going to come in haven't come with them yet until last week.
Huh.
We got a K5 with the 2.5 in it. 290 horsepower, like 300 foot-pounds of torque. It'll beat a Stinger.
Really?
Really?
It's pretty fucking vicious, actually. It's calmer to drive my car than it is one of those stock.
Really?
Yeah.
Ryan, the
blown
first
away.
beer. This is the first beer, the
Yeah.
Terrapin High and Hazy IPA. We haven't cracked the second one yet.
I think I've had this by myself.
I know.
It's good, I'll tell you
Yeah,
that.
no, but I think because of that description, I think I've had it by myself recently. Yo, Brian, no, I got it. This is okay. Remember how I was telling y'all about the IPA I had by myself here on the porch that I drank the whole fucking 6-pack because it was that fucking good, and I
That's
couldn't
it?
remember what the name was. This is it. This is it, Brian. This is that one. It is fucking delicious. No, I had probably about a month ago or
Yeah.
something like that. They had it on sale at ABC, and I just got it. I was just like, fuck it, let me try it. And yeah, it was
Yeah,
good. And within 2 days, I ended up drinking the whole entire 6-pack because it was that
Nice.
fucking good.
Yes, I like all the Terrapin. Every
Yeah.
single one of the beers they have, I like. So,
No, this is a good one. That's what it is.
I mean,
'Cause
from my tasteless standpoint, it's smooth as shit for an IPA.
Oh, it is.
Yeah,
Because
it has a little of the bite that an IPA
Well,
has.
it doesn't stick around.
Right, it doesn't stick around and it's not overbearing. It's not too much.
Well, see, and that's the thing. Like right now, with how my shit is, I can taste bites off IPAs, and I'm not getting
No,
the bites,
there's
so I
no-
can tell it's faint.
There's
so
no.
that's good
It's
because
fucking good.
normally IPAs they smack you right in the face with a bite.
it's- yeah, no. There's a slight bite at the end, but it goes right away. But the first taste of it is straight on
Oh.
nectar type deal,
Also,
Yeah.
like a sweet.
not yet, but soon. There's a new brewing company out there that a couple of guys from a metal band I like are into, and they just opened it. It's called like Tin Can Brewing, I think, or Tin Brewing, and they're not out for like purchase for 6-packs yet and whatnot. But as soon as they come out with it, I'm gonna grab us some. They said they have a stout,
Ooh.
and I sent them the channel and everything, and they said like, oh yeah, you guys. They said we have a red too and a stout. You're
you-
definitely gonna like.
You missed
So,
the red last week.
What'd you have?
Real Slow
Real slow.
by
Huh?
81 Brewing.
Mm-hmm.
Dan, it instantly went to number 2 and could be number 1.
Wow.
We just need to do a side by side comparison.
Where'd you find it at?
Brian found it.
He was up at Total Wine, I
Total
think.
Wine up in Gainesville, and that, but he found it. But they're out of Tampa, like Tampa area is the 81 Brewing. But yeah, no, it was Real Slow, and that was like, wait,
That one, it jumped straight into contention
straight
for
into
best
number
red.
2. Yeah,
Yeah.
straight into the top 2.
And I just thought too that I just wanted to bring it back up. That shit was funny with that key machine we got. So we get this new key machine to cut keys with, and first of all, the machine's called the Gymkhana. So I'm like, oh, that's funny as hell, Gymkhana, this, that, and the third. And the guy's like, oh, you guys car guys? I'm like, yeah.
No, that's
And he said, you guys follow Cletus McFarlane on YouTube? And I'm like, yeah, we do. And he's like, oh yeah, I've known him forever. He's my friend's son, this, that, and the third. I'm like, that's fucking funny as shit. Like, so you guys should get with him. I was like, you've been trying. Can you
get me an inroad there?
Inject? And he's like,
I met him 3 years ago. Like, and that was.
He said, next time I see his dad, I'll try to plant a bug in the ear. And I'm like, yeah, do it, man. Hell yeah. So that was funny. But yeah,
listen, I'm just saying, I would love to have Cletus sit down at this table with us and drink a beer.
Oh yeah, that ain't gonna happen. I'd love to have Cletus on a Zoom with us.
Yeah,
right.
Because that's more likely to happen.
Right.
That's more likely to happen.
And not for nothing, but that key cut machine, that thing's a miniature CNC machine. That thing is badass.
Yeah.
Yes, it is. That thing is cool as hell. But anyway, I think we were going to talk about a markup, right? A markup?
No, a markdown.
Well, I mean,
it was a markup, but it's being taken to a markdown. So Brian had the information and he sent to us. So it was with Ford dealers with the Mach-E, and a lot of them were putting like a $10,000 dealer markup on them.
A market adjustment.
And people were ripping them to shit on Twitter, to the point where Ford got enough backlash from it and was like, to put out a bulletin to all Ford dealerships, you cannot put a dealer markup on the thing. It was basically like cutting down like the $10,000 like shit, because they're finally trying to put EVs to the people and all that stuff.
Make them actually,
yeah. You can't do that.
So that's the big thing about
GT500 comes out,
Well, and that's the big thing about EV is it's not really affordable.
Yeah.
And even Elon, saying his price is it's still not affordable.
No.
Even a fucking fully EV Kia Soul is $30,000. I mean, it's
right.
not in the market to try to promote it the way you want to promote it. So I'm glad that they're doing that. And speaking of Elon, he said his next vehicle is going to have a yoke for steering. It's not going to have a traditional steering wheel. It's going to have a yoke, and he says it's going to work.
He's just crazy enough that might work.
No, that's what I was thinking.
He's one of those guys that when he walks into his R&D department and they tell him, no, sir, that'll never work, he goes, motherfucker, whose name is on that building?
No.
Whose name is on that building?
No.
Your name? No.
This is
my name.
This is how he goes into, like, his engineers and all of his designers. He goes, all right, guys.
Yep.
So, fuck the steering wheel. Give me a joystick.
Yep.
Sir,
I said...
give me a fucking joystick.
Joystick.
I feel like he did that about the plaid thing, too. He just walked in there, like, he watched Spaceballs the night before, and he's like...
It was baked out of his
Hey,
fucking
I think
mind.
the really fast mode on our cars called ludicrous mode.
Well, and then with the recent one, he did the plaid.
Yeah,
it's
the one that's fast.
Yeah, when you put it in ludicrous mode?
No,
it's
called the
ludicrous
plaid.
mode. And the
did they change it to plaid?
No, the newest update that's even faster than the ludicrous mode is plaid.
My God, they've gone plaid.
It's one of those you have to go ludicrous, and then you go plaid, and it goes full plaid, and it says you've gone plaid.
Because the old ones, you went into ludicrous mode,
Oh, and it had
and the back of the screen would turn plaid.
And
it was a little Easter egg.
And it had like the little disclaimer was like, "Are you man enough for?" Or some shit like.
Are you really sure you want to go this fast? Yes, I'm a man, or no, I'm a tiny little baby.
That's what it. Yeah.
Oh, what Barney said.
The earliest cars used tiller arms like a boat runner. Yes, they did.
Yep.
This is how I steer.
It's okay. That's how Brian steered on his driving lesson. You're not here. I can say that shit. He remembers when the dinosaurs used to walk the land.
All right. Well, I think we should roll into the 90s, but I gotta go take one.
Where to start with the 90s? There's so many.
Just cars.
Where to start? I would say probably 1990.
That would be the best year, I would imagine.
You know what? Okay, fair enough. I asked for that one. Fair enough. Okay, you got me on that one. I opened the door to that one. I deserve that.
See what happens when we get the band back together?
I know, right?
Oh, guys, so Dan's taking a twinkle twinkle. So guys, so basically what we wanted to do with this episode, it was, we just kind of were throwing stuff at the wall until it stuck, and all of a sudden it just hit me, and I'm like, we've done we've done at least one or two episodes on. We did one of like the best like 80s sports cars, and then the best of like 90s sports cars. And so I was like, guys, instead of just doing sports cars, what about the best of 90s cars? So, family sedans, SUVs, trucks, stuff like that. What was our favorite
first things first,
category type deal?
I'm going to pull a Brian here, because I know what you're going to say. I know what he's going to say.
Oh, I don't know what I'm going to say. On what?
You're both wrong.
See, well, it's not the 80s, so...
What just happened? We just got logged out of Restream?
Did we die?
Possibly.
No. It's still running.
Still streaming?
It says we're still streaming.
I'm double checking.
Hold on 1 second, guys. Technical difficulties.
Yeah.
This is what happens when I come back, because shit goes wrong. No, we're all still here.
Okay, well, we lost the chat. Hold on, guys. We're trying to log back in.
Oh. Let's see. There we go.
Okay.
All right, we're back
anyway,
online.
what even pulled it back up?
So,
Anyway.
all right, so I know what you're going to say.
For what?
And I know what you're going to say. We're talking about, like, the best of 90s cars, right?
Like, just, best of
I
everything.
know which car you're going to say, and I know which car you're going to say.
No, I have multiple cars.
But I know all of the ones you're about to say, and I know all the ones you're about to say. You're both wrong. Because the answer to which of the cars of the 90s were the best is all of them.
True.
Fair enough.
All of those cars were good.
True.
They really
Because
were.
in hindsight, even the crappiest cars of the 90s
Dude,
were
you could
great.
take a Hyundai from 1993, and you know what? It's still a fucking damn good car.
It's just that they were cars. Here, did you want an engine with 4 wheels and some seats, and maybe it had doors? Here you go!
and it worked.
AC was still an option,
But
everything was
Interlock
manual.
brakes was an option.
But I'd like us all three really quick on a countdown to say what we think our best, just most absolutely best economical, family-friendly sedan from the 90s was in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Chevy Beretta.
Ooh!
I gotta go with the yeah.
Actually, no. Well, hold on. He said family sedan.
Sedan or
I have to
coupe?
take the Beretta back and say Corsica.
Yeah.
Okay, fair
Because
enough.
it was a Beretta with 4 doors.
Fair enough. And
That
actually
was
the more.
J body, no. J body.
But
I
now,
believe so,
well,
yeah.
now I want to get into the performance-esque side of it. So, would you take a quad? I don't remember if the Berettas came with a quad 4. They did, right?
Yeah, they did.
Would you take a
My
quad?
mom had the Z24.
Would you take a quad 4 Beretta or a Taurus show?
Show.
Neither of those.
Fair enough.
I would take the Z24 Beretta that came with a 3.1 liter V6.
I just don't like that
Right.
motor, but
That noise, though.
The noise.
It does make a good noise.
That
did-
noise,
my mom-
though.
like,
I don't
they
care
did-
if it didn't
they-
make enough power.
They did make some ridiculous noise, and they were actually incredibly peppy.
Yeah,
They really
my,
were.
My mom had one until I was born because 3 kids, you couldn't fit them in a 2-door with a small back seat like that. So once I was born, my mom had to give up her Beretta, but she fucking loved that thing. She loved that Beretta.
Well,
My mom will still talk about, like, my mom had a 79 Z28 Camaro and a I think it was a 90 Beretta Z24, and she talked about that Beretta more than she talked about her fucking Camaro.
Well, and you know what? The more I'm thinking about it too, so like, I don't know, there was this thing going around fucking Facebook about like the most selling car from your birth year or whatever. So I like started skimming through all the 90s and that, and like I kind of wasn't surprised. From like 1990 to 2000, the reigning 3 were the Camry, the Taurus, and the Accord.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I think for mine for 93,
The Camry was the most.
I think
though.
the Accord beat out the Taurus.
Not by much, though.
For car and drivers car of the year,
Yeah.
that year was the first year that Accord beat Taurus.
The Taurus, because the
Yeah.
Taurus held it from like 89.
From 86, from the year that it came out all the way up until 92.
Yep, and then after that, the Camry started coming in and taking its reign with its dents
But
on the fucking.
then all of a sudden you had fucking Honda and the Accord,
Coming with the Accord.
for fucking every single goddamn year for eternity.
Yeah. I don't know. It was just a glorious time of cars for every kind of car.
And the Taurus was a great car. Don't get me wrong. Like the Taurus was an amazing car.
That was
purpose-built.
That was an evolutionary standpoint in the automotive world.
It really was. It really, really was.
That was the first time the big three fired back at the Japanese automakers and said, "You want to make mid-sized cars? We can too. And here's what we can do."
And when that thing came out, it made Japan rethink what they were doing.
Yep,
right.
It did.
Especially for the American market.
Because they went, "Oh, you think you're going to sell mid-sized sedans like this to the American people? We can do that better because we know our people better."
Yep. And then we had all kinds of just the cool stuff
Brian
that spawned from that.
Brian had one.
But like the stuff that spawned off from attacking at the Japanese and everything.
Yeah.
We had the Dodge, the Daytona, and we had.
Well, see, but that was also in a partnership with Mitsubishi.
Right.
Yeah, but I mean
the Taurus was all Ford.
That is true. Yeah.
Yeah, all those Mopars at that time, well, besides the K car, but even though like the Daytona was still kind of a K car thing, but
it was still.
There was still a lot of
based.
stuff from.
And then in the same time in the '90s, we had the Japan and everybody else come back, and
the Germans came out of nowhere again.
What an amazing time for
It's like
vehicles.
World War II all over again.
It really was.
We didn't know where to turn.
Hot hatches were prominent. We had sporty coupes that all had 276 horsepower.
Can we talk about the elephant, or the small elephant in the room that was in the '90s?
You?
The Ford Festiva.
I was about to bring that up.
The Ford Festiva.
You mean the Kia?
That thing was just amazing.
Listen, it was a Kia with a Ford badge and a Mazda engine.
Yeah.
And it was amazing.
It was light enough that two of you, if you and a buddy wanted to play a prank on somebody, they could lift his Fiesta up and move it.
If you just broke down on the road, you just fucking move it off the side of the road.
Yeah. You didn't do that. It came with straps on the bottom, so you could just put it on your shoulders and walk to the gas station.
The problem was that it never broke down.
Right. It was unfortunate that it never broke down because I'm sure most people that owned them
they were anticipating it.
I'm sure they were all driving it just going, "I wish this goddamn thing would break down.
I fucking hate this car. Why am I paying so much for this
Would this thing please break down?" And it just kept going and going and going.
I'm gonna lemon law this thing.
But that's the greatest thing about the '90s. Well, '80s and even '90s, but mostly the '90s. When it came to the point of the '90s shit boxes, okay, you were paying too much for it. You hated driving it. But when you wanted it to break down, that was the most reliable fucking car you could ever goddamn have. And because what do we see on the road right now that we're like, "Oh my god, that's still running," and the owner's like, "I've never changed oil in it." I want it to blow up.
Could you
300,000 miles?
Just being like a middle-aged American buying like a '94 Hyundai Tiburon, like brand new, just being that guy, like. This is the end of the road. There's nothing else you could get.
You're at the lot, and they run your credit, and they go, "Well, I could put you in one of these Tiburons," and the guy just goes,
"Okay."
No.
Just come to this.
But at that point, as he's standing there and it starts to drizzle outside, and he's in the parking lot of the car dealership, over the loudspeaker, it's the hits channel that is coming out with the popular new songs, and all of a sudden you hear Boyz II Men. The end of the road.
And the head just goes low. Sign the papers.
Signs it off.
"Here's your keys. It's got half a tank of gas. Get the hell off our lot."
Exactly.
As he gets in there and he hangs his Hoover stank fucking air freshener from the rearview mirror. All right.
Well, sir, what's the warranty on this?
Don't bring it
Yeah,
back.
at the end of the driveway, you're good. I mean, the '90s was such a crazy time too. Like, the '90s was a time in which a division of General Motors split off and started being insubordinate against GM and did it well.
They did.
They were being successful at it, and it pissed off GM.
Saturn.
I was gonna say, and then Saturn was born.
Okay, so Saturn were pieces of shit, but pieces of shit in a great way. Of the fact of it was seriously, I still gotta give them this to this day. It's ingenious on the fact that they made those body panels all plastic and fully could just pop off and have a new one put on.
And the fact that we still see cars with those original plastic panels on them to this day.
You can just go like, oh fuck, I slightly bent off this piece.
Well, it wasn't even that. That was just marketing. Because
but that's really
the reality of it was the fenders, the hood, the quarter panels. Those were all metal.
Yeah.
It was the doors.
Yeah.
The doors were dent resistant. That was the whole kick. And they knew how to market that.
Oh, yeah.
Now, and that's what Saturn did well. They did their own marketing, and GM didn't like their marketing, but it worked. And the other thing that they did was their dealers had a very strict no haggle policy, which sounds awesome for the consumer. You mean I could go in and the price is just the price? Yeah. That's how it works. We don't haggle. Well, what if I wanted to get a discount? Well, we don't do that here. We're Saturn.
Yep.
But the truth of it is, that just meant they fixed the price. And, well, if the price is the price is the price. There ain't no discounts. We're going to make X amount of money on every single car.
Yep.
So we can set the price exactly where we want it to be.
That made it,
and there's no debating it. There's no coming in and going, hey, so you're going to give me a good deal, right? No, I'm not. I'm gonna charge you that number. I'm gonna give you the deal.
Yeah.
It's this number, the number that you saw printed out on the window sticker, and we're not talking about it any more than that.
Yeah,
this is how much your payment will be.
You came up trying to buy it. You came up trying to buy it. I came up trying to buy it. You could have 3 of us in a line. It's going to be the same exact fucking thing.
And
Who's going to have the money?
Let's not forget some of the most legendary model names ever created: the SC2, the L3000, the
SL1.
The SL1.
What was the SUV looking one called?
The View.
The View.
But yeah, they had all these
red line.
Hold on. You had the View, which had the Cavalier motor in it. Then you could upgrade it to, if you got the V6, it was actually a Honda V6.
Yep.
And then if you got the all-wheel drive, it was actually Honda all-wheel drive.
And they had the little body kits on them
yes.
for the red line.
And then the red line one were the pink fucking ones and that. But no, like it was a fully like Honda motor and all, like full-on Honda motor. But with the 4-cylinder, our friend Ashton had one. He finally sold it, I think, and that. But the one that I had, the silver one that I had at the house for a couple months while he was away, and that fucking thing had that 4-cylinder. It had almost 300,000 fucking miles on it.
Well, I had an SC2, one of the coupes. It was beige. It was automatic. It had like the whole paint matched everything, and that thing had 200-something thousand miles on it. Still ran absolutely perfect.
Well, Saturns were always cars that reached a critical mass very early. When you bought it brand new, it would begin falling apart almost immediately.
And then you hit terminal velocity.
You would hit this critical mass of where all the things that were going to break had broken. And it was just, these are all broken, and that's what it is. And we're going to move on with our lives. It still runs and drives.
Nothing else broke past
and nothing else would break.
But the fact that you just compared it to a critical, it's not wrong. The car hits its critical.
After a year, you have all these broken pieces, but you know what? It's still a great functioning car. Yeah, the window might not go down.
The window doesn't go up and down, and that door handle broke off, and, you know, it makes a rattle out of the front. And the hatch doesn't stay up anymore.
But you know what? I've had that thing for 25 years, and I got 400,000 miles on it.
And that all happened in 30,000 miles. Ain't nothing broke since.
And speaking of 90s generation,
original tires too.
It actually all comes into play. My buddy just bought a 90s car. He was looking to get something that was a gas saver, and he wanted to find a stick shift car. He found an unmolested, under 100,000 mile 1990 Toyota Camry with a manual in it for $800.
Wow.
And he just purchased it. As the black bumpers, it's like beige with a beige interior, and it's manual, and it's crispy. The car doesn't leak oil. The interior looks like it's never been sat in. The gears are like
so it's an underappreciated survivor.
It is 100% an underappreciated survivor, and God, does that car do it good.
I like it.
Well, it's just like Brandon had a Nissan Stanza for a while. I don't know if you've ever seen a Stanza, like the Maxima, and it was a manual too. And that brings me into the 90s cars we see today. All these Lexuses and Toyotas, and these people still going in them. Because they're still going.
Sabrina saw one that pulled up to her, like where her office is, and that they were going to the doctor next door to her, but it was probably a 95, 96 Lexus, the LS300, or
Yeah.
not that, or the LX300, the Camry.
The Camry, yeah.
One. But it was the Coach edition, like the Coach handbag one, white with the gold bottom, gold wheels, the perfect beige interior, and she sent me a fucking picture of it, and god damn
And
was...
why don't they bring that back?
Oh,
Gold emblems
I gotta try to find it.
Could you remember, like, rolling around, you see a car with gold emblems on it?
And you were like, oh, that guy.
Exactly. And we just got a car traded into a 98 Acura. It was a coupe. It's like the V6 coupe. It's got 290,000 miles on it. It's that burnt orange color. Looks like it's never rolled. Oh my god, it's so clean. And that guy bought that brand new and has been driving it since.
Yep.
Oh my gosh.
And it's the actual...
And what later evolved into the Toyota Avalon.
Yeah, it's the Coach.
It's so cool.
And like, you just look at it and it is fucking, like, it is clean.
Just the cars that were produced, and not even like the everyday commuter car, but like I was saying, the hot hatches, the sport coupes, and it was of everybody, not just, you know, Japanese and Big Three. It was everybody. It was just these fantastic cars that were revolutionary, like just breaking ground for things. And I don't know, it was just amazing.
Well, it's something we were talking about. So we've talked about the 80s and how all the computer ignition and computer injection,
so
all those advances happened in the 80s.
The 80s, you had from 80 to 89, the advancement in technology in cars fucking boomed. In that 10-year period, it just fucking flew.
And it presented itself mostly in the 90s.
But then you got to the 90s and it sophisticated itself.
Well, but with the 80s cars, if you go buy a 1985 turbocharged something, it's a basket case.
Yeah.
Because that stuff didn't hold up.
Probably had like a non-intercooled turbo with a turbo tube for the car.
And at this point, you have Bitch and Betty as your doors closed going, your doors are jarred. No, it's fucking closed. Your doors are jarred.
Your key's in the ignition. No, it's not. No, it's not.
Your headlights are...
Oh, you're not. Shut up.
Oh, but the times they did. I'll never forget having that 300ZX in the middle of the night. I see headlights and my flip-ups are up. and the car's just saying over and over again, your headlights are on. Your headlights are on.
It's become self-aware.
Like, no!
Kill it! Kill it!
Pseudo-match, do not become Skynet.
The door is ajar.
No, it's not.
It's not. It's a fucking door. No, anyway.
So, but in the 90s is when they refined the concept.
Yeah.
Right.
They got to the 90s, and that's when they started getting onboard diagnostics right. They started getting fuel injection right.
I mean, we had OBD2 start in 96.
96 is when OBD2 started, and that was
changed everything.
That became your industry standard all the way across
You
the
didn't
board.
have to sit there and watch how many lights are fucking
Well, not even
flashing.
that, but you didn't have to have a specialized scanner for each make.
Right.
You could scan everything with one scanner and not have to either, oh, we don't got the Ford scanner here, we got to count the blinks and look at the book. It was, I plug it in and there's a code, and guess what? That code's the same code that any other car is going to have for that problem.
Right.
It really just changed everything. And then and then you got not only that, but you got anti-theft systems.
Yeah.
You got these crazy anti-theft systems that came out in the 90s that, like, if I walk by the car and kick the tire, the car thinks it's being stolen.
Mm-hmm.
And it was just, honestly, it was completely revolutionary. And the amount of
when you also
refinement
got
they did in the 90s with them,
you got like the keys, like the with my cover in '96, it's fucking got the immobilizer.
the immobilizer, the microchip, and the key,
Yep.
and everything.
If it's
And you had some guy who thought up, if I have an antenna here and an RF receptor here programmed to a certain frequency, then the car's only going to start to that. Boom, that's anti-theft.
Yeah.
And then PATS was born, and then we decided to hate PATS, and PATS is terrible, and we don't like PATS. PATS can go away.
mm-hmm.
But we also
But
had
it was a genius thing at the time because, well, cars were being stolen a lot.
They were. And we had just in the
I
amount
can't
of
show my hand
the
through
amount
an
of
open
part
window
sharing.
and not go,
and the part sharing and engineering
Uh-huh.
sharing and everything that happened, it was just an amazing time for vehicles that produced some of
Well,
the most
hell,
iconic cars.
You had with the Ford and Mazda team up. I mean, look at what you wouldn't have your car.
No.
If that didn't happen in the early '90s.
No, we wouldn't. Both of us would not have our cars at all. that kicked off the entire thing. It did, and it affected
the
it.
engines.
Yeah.
Wouldn't fucking have those because those were in between Ford and Mazda that fucking made those, and fucking hell are those some of the great engines.
And
that's why you got the
yeah.
fucking Escort GTs.
Yep.
Jesus Christ.
And that's when Kia stepped in and was like, "Yo guys, we got some cars, but we need some motors and some trainees.
Can we borrow those?"
And then boom, there you go. You got Kia Sophias coming out with BPs in them, and like Kias with Mazda engines, and Fords with It was an amazing.
What
time.
was it? The Z-Tech engine?
The Z-Tech engine.
Wasn't that a Mazda developed engine?
No, that's actually Ford. That's,
and that came out in the thousands.
Yep. And aside from its problems, it is still a godly engine that has
amazingly
untapped potential.
It did start in 98.
It was the 98.
It started in 98 over in
Yeah.
Yep. And it's still people use those to this day. I just watched a video the other day. This guy's got a Transit, and it's swapped with the older Z-Tech engine, and it's
2-liter.
Nice.
Yep. And speaking of that kind of brings me back to a quick tangent of modern day with vans. But I don't know if you guys saw, but there was a company that in Australia has broken a world record for safety. Yes, Mitsubishi.
Ah, yes, I saw that.
Mitsubishi, I can't remember the fucking name of the van. It's some silly, stupid name of their little delivery van. But it has officially scored a 0-star safety rating. And if you watch the videos of low-speed accidents, it's kind of horrific. So, Mitsubishi, in Australia's eyes, because this van is produced for the Australian market, has scored a 0-star crash rating.
How the fuck does that happen?
Dude, they plowed it into a pole at like 15 miles an hour, and it bit the entire thing into a U.
If you look at it wrong, it folds up.
Damn.
Like, you can hit a pothole and total it.
Yeah. I was watching the videos, I'm like, that's scary. If you did 10 miles an hour into like another car, you might be hurt pretty bad.
Damn it.
Yeah.
No.
I know Mitsubishi's all over here like, we had the Eclipse crossover, and in Australia they're like, oh mate, you can't put that car on the fucking road. You're gonna kill everyone.
And that's crazy for Australians being like,
they don't.
no, you got a spider in there that'll bite your nutsack and your whole generation's dead.
And that kind of makes me like think about the RPM Act. That's starting to come back into play right now.
Yeah.
And I'm hoping that goes away.
Let me grab the next beer and we can also talk about
that.
Yeah,
would we all like to have race cars? Because we're not allowed to drive our cars on the road anymore. Because you have an exhaust, right? I have an exhaust too. Well, guess what? We have race cars now. I'm not. I hope that does not go through.
No, I'm legal.
I'm not.
You are. You're legal.
You are.
What are you talking about?
I am legal.
You're perfectly legal.
I have a California certified emissions.
Yeah, no, my emissions are untampered.
The only thing that's
they're about to not be, but
the only thing I have carb certified is my intake, and that's it.
All my stuff's carb certified. Well, except for the tune.
Yeah, but that's a tune. That's not a physical modification.
It's still a modification to the emission system.
I know.
All those companies got shut down too.
I've been seeing letters go across space.
Obama got hit. All the diesel tuner guys, they all got hit.
All kinds of people.
Everybody.
It's bad.
This is, guys. I want everyone listening to hear this. It's our judgment day. The whole car culture. They're trying to shut us down. Period. That's what's happening.
And that can't happen to us. That can't happen to us.
They're making it so that any vehicle that's ever been produced if it was produced for the road with a VIN plate, it cannot be modified for racing.
You know what they're doing? They're breeding a horde of mass murderers.
So, I have a question for you.
Yeah. Sorry, I look awesome on that.
Do you want to have a super soft IPA?
Do you want to have a super soft IPA?
Oh, how you doing, bud? I want to get me a fucking super soft IPA.
Do you want a super soft
We're going to have a super soft IPA, bud.
It's literally called super soft IPA. Look at it. That's why I got it, because it's not on it.
You got a rainbow, too. There's a Care Bear with a rainbow. By Sloop Brewing. With no boil hops. Okay.
Don't know what that means, but
I think that means this should have virtually no bite.
All I know, guys, is I gotta show the box. Can you see the box?
Perfect.
Oh
Y'all want to have a super soft IPA?
Sloop Brewing. Store
So wait.
cold, drink fresh.
If this is a super soft IPA, does this make this the ultimate hipster IPA?
I don't know.
Possibly.
Cause like, yeah, bro, I like craft beer, and I like this one IPA. Doesn't bite at all, man. It's pretty soft for an IPA.
Pretty curious on this.
I'm about to pour mine, but I see your colors. And that looks like a shandy.
It's got a lot of head to it, so.
That looks like a shandy.
It's a little hazy.
Oh shit! Wait, hold on.
It's clearing up a little bit.
Oh,
but
That's actually that's
God.
hazy. That is hazier than the last
I
IPA.
wish you could smell this, because
I'm gonna try.
I'm not getting much out of it.
I got nothing.
smell that. Smell the actual paint.
Just a little
Dude,
bit fruity.
this is hazier than the IPA we just had that was listed as hazy. Oh my! And then say this is soft? Dude, that's cloudy. Hold on, I'm coming, guys. Look at that. That's cloudy.
Oh,
Hey, I'm spilling.
damn
Sorry.
it, dude. You're
I'm not
spilling
used to this
everywhere.
cup. It's weird.
Can't take you anywhere.
No, you can't.
Alright.
I'm letting my head die down a little bit.
Is it too high? Because you're a very short person, so. It reminds me of how Ed reorganized our entire parts department to bring things to his eye level, not mine.
Alright, let's
You ready? Let's do it.
dip her down.
Cheers, mates.
How does that qualify as an IPA?
That's a super soft IPA.
That is a super soft IPA,
Wait,
bud.
hold on, I actually got something off the end though. Hold on. Because
There's-
I was actually able to get something.
There's... Brian, I have found the best IPA because it doesn't taste like an IPA.
Exactly.
I don't know.
It does not taste like an IPA at all.
I don't know if you guys are getting it. I can't tell what it is because it's like hard to pinpoint because my taste is fucked. But there's something I'm getting right on the end that kind of snaps away. I can't tell what the flavor
It's
is.
the orange.
Is it
Yeah.
orange? Is what I'm
Yeah.
getting? I can't tell.
But
I
it's
know
got an orange
something.
juice
But Dan,
finish.
I know there's
there
something.
is absolutely
There's zero
no,
bite to this.
Really?
like, not even like any zip of a. There's no zippity zooza. There's no zippity day.
It's smooth. It's like the equivalent of drinking a light beer smooth.
You're gonna tell me that you brewed an IPA and it's now got no zipper doos or zapper dangs or zangops. It ain't got no zooches, no zaps, no zangs.
You ain't got no zoinks or doinks.
But when you burp, it tastes like an IPA.
You're gonna sit here drinking an IPA and tell me it ain't got no bite at all?
I even get that too. I'm getting that too. Hold on, when I burp out,
when
it's
you
like an
burp, it
IPA
tastes
hop.
like an IPA.
It's like an IPA hop
And
burp.
it's not like the other beer coming up, like just from this. There's
Yeah, because I even get it too. It's like a hop.
It's really good though.
Oh, it's
I
fucking
actually
delicious.
like that.
Wait, hold on. Stop everything.
We just drank 2 IPAs and
That
liked
we
them.
actually liked. Brian, see what happens when you're not
This
here?
is a revolutionary episode right now.
Like, seriously, this is fucking
First
delicious.
time in Pints and Pistons history.
Not
Okay.
only one,
And not for nothing,
IPAs.
but we got everything comforting. We have some stripes. We have a little birdie. We have a sun, and we have a bear with his rainbow and some zebra print.
This is a very nice.
Wait, no,
90s
check it.
can.
Hold on.
Yep.
This is a very nice 90s can,
Oh, that's
yeah.
not-
Like, you look at this and you're like, oh, I'm going into a bookstore.
Dude, it does. It's
Like,
so
it looks
peaceful.
like I could buy this
It's
poster
so
at this.
peaceful.
I could buy this poster at the Scholastic Book Fair, okay?
I feel like you could buy this drink without being carded.
Yeah! Did we go to Weenie Hut Jr.?
I'm looking for any description of any kind.
No,
I haven't.
no, there is absolutely zero description. Weenie Hut Jr.
Junior beer. It's got rainbows and teddy bears.
You got a boo-boo? You don't go to this hospital.
I will say,
You got
will
a boo-boo,
say-
we give you a super soft IPA.
I will say, if you have kids I don't recommend keeping this in your fridge where your kids can reach it.
Wait, hold on.
Because it looks like something a
It's
kid would
6%.
drink.
I was gonna say, what, 6%? What's the content? 6%?
Like,
Could you imagine if that was like 10%?
Dude, this shit, like, it is amazing. Like, there's not a single fucking IPA anything with this.
The only IPA-ness to it is it's a bit dry.
Yeah. No, but besides that, there's nothing. Nothing. Like, well, it does have how most IPAs have a lot more fruit juice in them.
Yeah,
Like,
it's a bit
fruity
dry,
flavors
that's it.
And that, but, oh my god, it's smooth, it's delicious.
And even from like my standpoint, this is the equivalent of drinking a fucking Miller Lite.
This reminds me of,
You know
it
what?
almost reminds me of, like, Mango Card.
And that 6%, that can actually be dangerous.
Oh, yeah.
I could see myself actually drinking this while mowing the lawn and shit.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
No, that would be a really good warm weather beer.
Oh, yeah. I am...
Well, we're
Even
just
though-
about to hit the fucking
the
winter,
only thing-
spring, summer.
The only thing that
plateau.
sucks is that it was, $13.50 for the fucking 6.
Oh my god!
But it's
Worth it.
fucking good. It's fucking good. Oh, other beer news. So we all know how much we love Natter Days,
Yeah.
and that there is a new Natter Days coming out.
Does this one taste good?
Well, I don't
What?
know yet. There is a. New
I don't
Natter
like
Days.
Natter Days.
I love Natter Days. Talk dirty to me.
The new Natter Days is pineapple lemonade.
I'll try it.
You know, and okay, now that you mention that, there was a beer I was thinking about getting, but because it said pineapple, but then at the bottom it said pineapple cider. I wasn't sure how that was going to go, but I was thinking about getting it for tonight.
I've actually brought up that
Yeah,
idea
we
of
did.
trying some ciders.
Because
Yeah,
we're
it's
running
We're
out of
running out of beers to try.
No, and this one's a pineapple cider. And
I've seen I've seen.
yeah,
that
the
one,
case looked appealing, the
It
description
does.
looked
It
appealing,
looks really
but I
good.
wasn't sure about a pineapple
Hell, we
cider.
might need to start hitting some of these seltzers.
Shit.
We might have to.
We need to be white boys up in this bitch.
Why aren't we big enough that we're outsourcing? What's going on here? I need the people to be starting to send us beer.
Yeah, where's beer assistant? No. No, we're not there yet.
No.
She's on the couch.
Oh, and by the way,
And that's where you're sleeping tonight, it sounds
Yeah.
like.
within the next couple weeks, I got a new batch coming, and I'm going to be doing.
Oh, a new one.
Yep, I'm going to be doing a honey wheat ale. So it's probably going to be sometime next month or the month after. I'm going to have us a nice batch of honey wheat ale to try.
Yeah.
And now that I kind of know what I'm doing, I'm going to try to refine it a little bit. I want to hit strong on the honey end of it.
Yeah.
But I want it to kind of retain the ale kind of alcohol percentage, which is very hard to do because honey ferments intensely.
Yeah.
But I'm going to give it a shot, and hopefully we can have some fucking Pints and Pistons honey wheat ale. It's fucking delicious.
Dude, I'll be fucking. I love that first one you did, dude.
That one was good.
That first one was fucking good.
That one was very good.
That was.
What
It
do we
was
call
not-
that one? Florida Man?
Yeah, Florida Man something orange IPA.
We gotta look back on
Yeah, we have to look back. It was
But
something.
that-
Florida Man Orange Hammer IPA.
Something
yeah,
like
something
that,
like that.
yeah.
But, oh god, dude.
Or ale. It was an ale.
Yeah, it was
It was an ale. I didn't make it. Yeah, I didn't
Yeah,
make it. It was,
and
it
that
was
was
an
a-
orange ale.
It was actually really fucking good.
Yeah,
Like, that
well,
was-
and that was really cool, doing the whole process and using oranges for my orange tree and everything
Yeah.
and all that. And I want to do a grapefruit one too, because my grapefruits are starting to come out really nice. So, yeah.
I'd like that because I can't eat grapefruits anymore. I can have like certain percentage of the juice and that, but that was my favorite citrus is grapefruit and that, and being not able to eat it anymore and that shit fucking pisses me the fuck off because I
Yeah.
haven't had an actual grapefruit in probably about 11 years,
Ugh.
and it sucks because I used to eat the fuck out of them.
Yeah, I miss grapefruits. They're yummy.
Yeah, fucking love them, but I can have some of the beer with them because it's only it breaks down to a certain percentage of juice and that. Basically, if it's under 10% of actual juice, I can
Also-
I don't know either.
Somebody peed, obviously.
Yeah.
My NASCAR friend, he's supposed to be starting this season, and he said that he's going to make a few certain stops for us at breweries he knows of, and he's going to buy 6-packs for us
Ooh.
from across the nation. So,
Ooh. Yeah. Okay, give me 1 second. I might have to let the dog out, but then we gotta get her to do the bring her Charlie.
Okay.
Oh.
Just let them out and send them outside.
Yeah, go. That's fine.
Yeah, I gotta bring that.
He's got pieces.
I gotta bring that in on an episode because you guys gotta see that thing in person. But that bumper is cool as shit.
Get that door.
No, I got. Here, I'm listening. Sorry.
No, you're good.
Hey, really had to pay.
But yeah, I gotta bring that in to show you guys like the amount of work behind it and everything. It's really fucking cool. And that bumper, it's seen some licks.
Yeah.
It's seen a few licks.
The Truck Series bumper?
No, I have the bumper off Joe Nemechek's car.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I got it off his. If you just Google Joe Nemechek Camry, his black one, I have the bumper off that very car, and it has been licked up a few times.
This way. Come
And it's crazy. The amount.
Damn.
You gotta go behind. You gotta go behind. You gotta go behind. You gotta go behind. There you go. No, you gotta go behind. You gotta go behind. Go see Dad. Go see Dad. But you gotta see it's crazy because it looks like a little plastic front bumper, but the thing weighs like 80 pounds. It's got a whole sub chassis structure in it with air ducting and everything. It's really cool.
Yeah.
And next time I should be getting a hood. So yeah. That's all he does is like, I was like, so what exactly is he, I certify the trucks and I decommission the cars. I said, what do you mean decommission? He goes, I chop them into pieces.
Jesus.
That's what they do with NASCARs when they're in with them. They chop them into pieces and either sell or give away the other parts. That's all they do.
Really?
But can I have all of the pieces not chopped up?
Well, like, he's saying he built that racing simulator, and I was like, dude, if you ever get another fucking, like, cab of a car,
I would love to have it.
they built this one functioning driver door, so it's actually opens and closes. It has air vents that shoot air depending on where you're turning on iRacing and everything.
Yeah.
And it even has turbulent shocks underneath the seat too
To shake it.
Yep. And
They
it's all,
they call it a butt kicker.
yep.
Yeah.
So you hop in Joe Nemechek's NASCAR, his actual one that he raced, and sit in the seat and do the races.
Yeah. Can he get me one?
Yeah.
I would love to have one.
And by the way, Pints and Pistons, next time NASCAR allows fans in again,
They do allow fans.
not like this though. We all have a skybox.
Really? Aww.
Well, see, hey, you were in here last episode. You know what's coming up this month?
I know it's tomorrow, but what's coming up this month?
No, it's coming up this
Because they
month.
got 2 tickets for tomorrow for free.
In the end of
What's tomorrow?
The Internationals,
Ah.
O'Reilly's.
No, end of this month. Wonderful Bristol. Everybody loves Bristol.
Yeah.
But did you hear what Bristol's
Oh yes, I knew because I know the guy. And he told me, he said, I don't know how this season's gonna go, man. And I'm like, why? And he said, you know how many tracks are getting converted to dirt and how many tracks aren't oval? And I was like, what do you mean?
There is 8 road races this year versus their normal 3.
You know how many dirts they have lined up?
Like 5. Like 5 or 6, something like that.
They have 18 dirts lined up.
Wow.
So basically, what's going on with NASCAR right now is because of all the certain states that aren't open to stuff like that, so they can't hit those tracks.
Mhm.
So that's why not only did they do the Daytona 500, but they did the road course and all that in Daytona, which they never do.
Uh-huh.
And then they went from Daytona, they went to Homestead,
Yep.
and then they went back to Daytona. And then, like, they're doing like a whole bunch of things, and then they're going to Tennessee, and then not only are they doing Watkins Glen and Sonoma like normal, but they're also doing Circus of the Americas.
Yep.
Yeah, so NASCAR
Yes, they
on
are.
a full Circus of the America track, Road America.
I guess I'm gonna be watching NASCAR this year.
VIR. They're going to Virginia International Raceway and like a couple others, and it's like you hear NASCAR's going there, like I heard NASCAR's going to fucking Road America. Are you fucking kidding me? Like,
No.
fuck yeah!
And
And then all of a sudden I heard, oh yeah, Bristol. They filled that bitch with dirt. I'm like, what?
And
They filled that bitch with dirt.
Yep.
43 goddamn cars on dirt on Bristol.
Yep.
I'm like, Jesus, yes!
And the unnamed official I have, who's my connection, he's told me that after this year, they're going to keep moving towards more road racing because it's more appealing.
Yep.
And he
They
said,
just have to deal with the thing with the NASCAR road racing is they still use NASCAR rules with road racing. So with the cautions and that, they need to get past that because they do a full course cautions instead of section cautions, which they don't need to do, and it slows down the racing, and it sucks.
And he said the amount of work they're having to do is crazy because they're not building different cars. It's going to be one car to do everything.
Yeah.
So they're going to have to change the setups on the cars in between races. Exactly. And another thing I learned. So did you know?
Pass this to Sabrina. Try that.
Did you know that all of the pit crew members of any given pit are trained to race the cars as well?
Really?
And the
doesn't taste like an IPA,
the thing you don't see on TV.
There's no IPA on that, but it's an IPA.
It's grapefruit.
And the thing you don't see on TV is when they switch. He said it happens quite often. He said a driver's got to take a piss break. A pit guy's racing that car for a lap or two.
Really?
Yep. And he said he's raced too, quite a few times. He took a win before. He took a win in the Gainer Mountain race truck.
Really?
Yep. And they asked him if he wanted to race, and he's like, "Nah." He's like, "I want the cushy job."
Yeah.
And yeah. So, and NASCAR is one of those things too that like you can't just be boys with somebody. No matter who you are. He said even if you're the CEO's son, you have to go through school and go through training.
Mm-hmm.
You can't just know the right person,
right,
or anything like that. Which I think that's cool too. It's not like one of those companies like, oh, this guy's, my nephew's coming to work. Exactly. And no, he's got to go through the school, go through the training, and pay his way and get in, no matter who you are. And I have some of the stickers. He said, don't put these on things that are public. He said, I'll get in trouble. Put these things on like things you keep in your house that no one sees. Like the certification paperwork and shit, all that.
Jesus.
Yeah, that's half his job. Is he inspects the cars to certify them for racing. They get the stickers.
Like I said, how do I get one of the ones that he's gonna chop up without it being chopped up?
Because
I will slap him. He ought to have been played on that bit so quick.
Well, no, that's what, I'm looking at this bumper and I'm like, dude, the one like the air duct. I'm like, that's perfect for a V-mount intercooler on an RX-7.
Mm-hmm.
That's perfect. And he said that next time he's going to be coming down here, sometime this year, he's bringing me like a hood and some other stuff too. So he came with a trailer last time.
Jesus.
So he'll be bringing me some more shit. So.
And an engine and a trans out of a NASCAR would go really nice.
He said that'll never happen. He said they get destroyed and melted.
Oh, I know.
Yep. He said, and I was asking him, and I was like, so what happens with those? And he goes, you'd be sad, man. What
yeah,
do you mean?
They destroy them.
They destroy them and they melt them, and they recycle the metal. I'm like, oh. Okay.
I need a differential.
All right, so bring a trailer. Bring a
trailer's been
Sabrina
lit.
here to lead us into the Bring a Trailer
so
car tonight.
Brian has sent her the wonderful information. He has sent us the pictures. We have no idea what it is. Sabrina has the information and all that. But we have just pictures.
Whoa, we got an undersider starting with that. Looks like a square body truck of some sort, either Ford or Chevy. You can tell right off the bat.
It's Chevy.
We got some snow action. A lot of guys have been posting pictures of their shit out in the snow, seeing their shit coming out the woodworks. And
it's because the 90% of the country's covered in snow.
Whoa, that's clean.
Mm-hmm. I need to raise my shades.
Oh shit! And we got windshield washers too.
Oh.
Yeah, it's definitely a Chevy. Mid-80s.
We got power locks, power windows.
Oh my god.
So it's a C20? Is that a Scottsdale?
It might be.
Betting it's a Scottsdale.
If it's got those options, it's got to be a higher
That's
end.
definitely a C20.
Yeah,
that's got a big ass bed.
Yeah.
It's clean though. That looked kind of used, but still clean. Rockers look good. Bed matches up with body too.
Mm-hmm.
Sabrina, you're gonna read off.
Hold on. Is this original? That's it's a 6 slug. That could be a C10. That actually could be a C10. It's only 6 slug.
Well, Ian has to go.
All right, Sabrina.
Alright, so, what we have here is a 1987 Chevrolet K10 Silverado, four-wheel drive. Am I telling you mileage?
Yeah, you can tell us anything you want.
Okay.
Everything but price.
Yeah.
37,000 miles shown. 4-speed automatic transmission, 5.7 liter V8.
Lots of Silverado too. That's why it's loaded.
was first delivered to Bob Barrow Chevrolet of Winthrop, Maine.
Look at that thing!
And remained registered in the state until it was relocated to Maryland in 2020. The standard cab long bed body is finished in black and silver with red stripes and burgundy cloth interior. The truck is powered 5.7-liter V8 powered, paired with a 4-speed automatic transmission with dual range transfer case. Equipment includes chrome bumpers, 15-inch rally wheels, power windows, locks, air conditioning, a Delco cassette stereo, recently acquired by the selling dealer.
Damn.
This K10 pickup is offered with owner's manuals, pre-delivery inspection checklist, and a clean Carfax report, and a clean Maryland title. I'll figure it out real quick.
No, you're good. I have a quick question. If you don't mind scrolling down, probably towards the engine bay, could you tell me if it says anything about AC equipment?
Is it factory?
Because that looks like, in seeing that it's main and that exhaust is not factory, this truck might have been used in its early age, but it's been put away. I can imagine that is a true mileage rating. And looking at the underside of it, I imagine it might have been used as a plow for a few years and kind of redone underneath. But other than that, those are original bumpers. That's original everything.
The burgundy cabin features cloth upholstered bench seats, color matched carpets and trim.
Oh, is there AC compressor?
Rubber
You do have an
floor
AC.
mats, amenities,
Yep,
power
factory
windows
AC.
unlocked, outboard
factory AC.
shoulder belts, air conditioning,
Yep.
and
Yeah.
Delco cassette stereo. Cracks are visible in the dashboard.
Well, they all cracked. That's,
Alright.
Yeah.
It's got a sliding fucking window, too, from the factory.
So,
Wow.
very recently, a 1980 F-150 four-wheel drive with,
250.
was it? It was a 250
With 37 miles.
with 37 miles on
like
it.
37 miles.
Went across Bring a Trailer.
That's it. Only 37 miles. That's
Went
it.
across Bring a Trailer for $100,000.
It was fucking beautiful.
Whoa! Whoa! Why didn't we talk about this earlier? What? It crossed the 6 figures?
Did you not watch
$99,000.
last time's episode? That's why you should have been watching.
It was $99,000 on the
Yeah.
on the bid. $100,000 for the truck.
I don't think this one
No,
touched it.
I don't
So-
think this one goes that high.
No. But it's
But there's a serious market for these trucks.
yes,
There is.
especially a K10 versus a C10.
That's
so,
why I
Sabrina, a C truck is 2-wheel drive. A K truck
that's
is
kind of
4-wheel
why I
drive.
sold mine. And I'm not gonna lie, I got kind of ignorant amount for my truck not even running. So
I'm gonna say high 30s, low 40s. I'm gonna go exuberant, and I'm gonna say 42,000.
see, I was gonna be extra exuberant because I was gonna go with 45.8.
I'm gonna go 28,000.
So,
Closest
Over-
without being over.
okay, so over knocks you out,
yeah,
right?
Yeah, over knocks it out.
You're both out. Mike gets it.
How much was it?
Nice.
28,888.
Oh, really?
Good deal.
I'm surprised that went that cheap.
$28,888.
Same here, especially for the options it had. How clean it is.
See,
too.
the reason I said 28 because I really thought that was going to be a 32 to 35,000 dollar truck, and I didn't want to go into the 30s just in case, but I could see that thing going for like $35,000.
Definitely, me too.
And
It's a very nice truck, and the market's there for him right now. And I can tell some of it's been refurbished, but the overall originality of the truck, it definitely deems it in the 30 to 40 market for sure.
Yeah.
Especially it's 4-wheel drive too. If that was a C truck, the 2-wheel drive, that would have probably been in the 20s.
Yeah, if that was a C truck, I would go 15.
Yeah.
The K's, the 4-wheel drives are what's pulling it for sure right now. And what a gorgeous truck too.
But again, that with being a K going into the 4-wheel drive, that also goes into the fact that I was saying.
You shut the camera off.
Yeah, you shut the camera.
Did I?
off.
Yeah,
Oh,
wrong thing.
Yeah.
You were close.
So,
It was one eyeball away.
There we go.
So with that, it goes into me saying about earlier with the Bronco Sport on how, those things are overheating with their 4-wheel drive because they're a clutch system versus that truck there
Yeah, traditional
is an
transfer
actual
case.
traditional transfer case, which is all gear driven.
Correct.
And that, to where you can throw one of those trucks up and down a thing, you're not going to deal with, overheating of a transfer case of that. Normal transmission, you might overheat, but a transfer case of that standpoint, you're not going to fucking
Oh
overheat.
my gosh! Wow.
76 miles on the clock.
Oh,
90,
that.
it went 97.
Oh my God! It was kept in climate control too.
Yes. Like that is
Nothing's
a genuine.
Nothing surface rusted really.
That is a genuine,
Wow.
perfect example of a
Yeah.
1980 F-250. If
Yeah.
I had the money, I would have bought it.
Oh yeah.
If I
That's
had
amazing.
stupid money, I would have bought that truck
I
just
would have too.
because.
That's
I
amazing.
gotta see it again. I just gotta. Yeah.
Well, shoot, what a good way to end an episode. I'm glad to be back, and I can't wait to be back in a couple
It is.
weeks here.
Party. Couple weeks, 2 weeks.
2 weeks, that's what I meant, a couple weeks, yeah.
Yeah.
So, and I apologize, because the past few times my wife has recently got a job, and our schedules have been conflicting, but we're getting it worked out. So, I'm so glad to be back, guys. Thank you guys for having me back.
Well, we're all
It's been
appreciate
good to have you back, buddy. We've missed you.
Thanks, guys. Make sure you guys tune in a couple weeks. We'll be back with more awesome topics and awesome
Yes.
beer. Hopefully awesome beer.
Yes. I like it my shirt.
Bye!